Now students, class 9, let us learn today Rutherford model of atom. Actually, what was the Rutherford model of atom main points that we are going to study today? Actually, this chapter is actually in the structure of atom, class 9 chemistry last chapter. And we have got some idea of Thomson model earlier, and what the Rutherford model propose about atom, about the structure of an atom, inside atom, what are the atomic particles, that today we will try to study. Actually, after John Dalton, 1812, when John Dalton proposed the Dalton's atomic theory, famous Dalton's atomic theory, it was clear that all the substances are made of small atoms, and atoms could not be divided more. But then later on, Thomson in 1897 in his famous cathode ray tube experiment proved that there are some particles inside atom. So atom is not divisible, that is not true. And in 1897 he discovered electron, one of the fundamental particles that has negative charge and mass 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. Thereafter, Goldstein, actually Eugen Goldstein was also very much interested to perform cathode ray experiment, and he used perforated plate. What he saw, that against the cathode ray there is some positive particle ray, he called it anode ray, that moves towards cathode, and thereafter he concluded that there are positive charge inside atom also. Based on this, in 1903, Thomson gave his model, watermelon model, and he said that positive and negative charge are just like watermelon, where seeds are negative electrons and the flesh are positive charge, flesh. But then Rutherford performed alpha particle scattering experiment, very famous experiment, Rutherford alpha particle scattering experiment. He performed by taking gold foil, very thin gold foil, very thin gold foil, approximately 1 micrometer thickness, that contains approximately 1 lakh atoms, or we can say approximately 10,000 atoms. What are alpha particles? Actually, why he selected alpha particle? Alpha particles are helium ions, fast moving helium ions. He bombarded this alpha particle, fast moving helium ions, on gold foil. What he observed, that most of the alpha particles passed undeviated. Most of the alpha particles passed undeviated. And so he concluded that most of the space inside atom is vacant, is empty. So atom generally has empty space. This was the first important conclusion. Now what he observed, that one of the alpha particle out of 12,000, one out of 12,000, one out of 12,000 retraced its path. Retraced its path. That means what? Retrace its path means just return back. And so he proposed that the positive charge is not distributed all over the atom, inside atom, but in a small space in middle of the atom it is concentrated. That positive space repel the alpha particle. He was actually giving the idea of that a small space as nucleus. He gave the word nucleus. So very important, the outcome of Rutherford experiment was discovery of nucleus. He said that nucleus is a very small space inside atom in which whole positive charge is concentrated, and that small space he called it nucleus. And the positive charge also named by Rutherford as proton. He gave the approximate idea of comparison of radius of atom to radius of nucleus, and that came approximately 10 to the power 5. That means radius of atom 10 to the power 5 times the product of radius of nucleus. Radius of nucleus is in the range of 10 to the power minus 15 meter in the femtometer range, and radius of atom is in the range 10 to the power minus 10 meter. That is angstrom. So this was actually the first conclusion, that positive charge is not distributed inside atom, but it is in a small space concentrated, middle of the atom. Then the second point he proposed, based on the planetary model of solar system, that electrons revolve around the nucleus in different orbits, just like planets revolve in different circular orbit around the sun. So similar planet model he proposed about electron, only on the basis of pure imagination or pure theoretical prediction. Afterwards, this was believed to be true, but there was limitation. One limitation of the Rutherford model. According to him, electrons can acquire all the possible orbits around the nucleus. Around the nucleus. But if electrons can acquire all the possible orbits, then the electrons as an accelerated charged particle will have the continuous orbit, and it could fall in the nucleus, because accelerated charged particle like electron will lose energy slowly and it will fall inside the nucleus according to classical mechanics idea. But we know that this is against the stability of the atom. So that was the limitation of Rutherford model of atom, that he could not explain. He could not explain the stability of the atom. He could not explain the stability of atom. This was the first very important drawback, or we can say failure in Rutherford model of atom. To improve on Rutherford model of atom, his disciple is one of the disciples, Bohr, Niels Bohr, gave a model of atom that is known as Bohr model of atom, based on Planck's quantum theory. He proposed that electron move in discrete energy levels, not continuous energy level. He named it the discrete energy level as K, L, M, and O2. According to Bohr, electrons cannot acquire all the energy levels. We call it orbits as energy levels. But electrons can acquire only those energy levels in which the angular momentum of electron is an integral multiple of h by 2 pi. So that was the main idea of Bohr based on quantization principle. Based on quantization principle. So that was the main idea that is known as Bohr quantization principle. Here we can see the mathematical part of this Bohr quantization principle is L, the angular momentum. L, the angular momentum, is n into h by 2 pi. L is equal to n into h by 2 pi, where n is Planck's constant, where h is Planck's constant, and L is angular momentum. N has the value, n is integrals, value 1, 2, 3, so on. So this was overall the Bohr's quantization principle. So when we talk about model of atom, then three model of atom: Thomson model of atom, Rutherford model of atom, and Bohr model of atom. So if we are talking about main postulates of Rutherford model, then at least three postulates we should remember. Three postulates we should remember, that is based on alpha particle scattering experiment. Alpha particle scattering experiment. So Rutherford established also the presence of positive charge on the nucleus of an atom, and it was due to protons. And this number of protons is equal to atomic number of the element concerned. So we can go through some of the important points of Bohr again. He said that in the extranuclear portion of atom, electrons evolve in well-defined circular orbits. Also he said that these circular orbits are also known as energy levels, or energy cells, and he designated it as KLMNO for 1, 2, 3, 4 and higher cells. And the order of the energy cells, energy of the energy cells, was the decreasing order KLMNO like this. While revolving in an orbit, the electron is not in a position to either lose or gain energy, he said. But in other words, its energy remains stationary, while electron is in same orbit. and therefore the energy states for these electrons were known as stationary energy states. Stationary energy cells. But even then, there was limitations of Bohr model of atom. Bohr model was atom quite successful in explaining the stability of atom and also the electronic distribution of electron in different energy levels. But it suffered from the two limitations. Bohr model gave no idea about the shapes of molecules formed by the combination of atoms. So we are not talking about molecules formation, but during molecular formation, the atoms are exchanged, electrons are exchanged, and that disturbs the pattern of atom model. Second, according to Bohr theory, an electron in an atom follows a well-defined circular path called orbit. However, later on, the studies has revealed that the path of electron cannot be followed exactly, and it is only the probability nature and not exact as stated by Niels Bohr. So that is probability of electron that is present inside the atom. But this we know now that Bohr was incorrect there. So Bohr gave the present concept of the structure of atom also, that is true. And Niels Bohr very famous to provide the modern form of periodic table based on its electronic configuration and also the dedication of other persons like Mendeleev and like different scientists. He also proposed the Bohr model based on quantization principle. Now, based on that, we can understand about the atomic number. Atomic number is the number of positive charge present in the nucleus. Nucleus of an atom. It is denoted by symbol Z, atomic number. Thereafter, discovery of neutron took place. James Chadwick discovered neutral particle he called neutron. He said that a fundamental particle present in the nucleus of an atom which carries a mass 1.675 into 10 to the minus 27 kg and has no charge. James Chadwick discovered neutron in 1931. So this electron, proton, neutron, if we are talking about the comparison, then we can do comparison of mass and charge. Electron has negative charge 1.6 into 10 to the minus 19. Proton has positive charge plus 1.6 into 10 to the minus 19. And neutron has no charge. Mass, neutron and proton approximately equal mass but electron very negligible mass. So we can see here. Okay students, we will talk on about all this mass number, atomic number in our next video. Okay, thank you.